A house in flames, a woman staring into the fire without blinking, and a man standing beside her in silence. That's how the new Yellowstone spin-off trailer begins, and it says everything. Beth Dutton has always been fire, but this time, it looks like she's burning her old life to the ground for good. Asterisk, the first shot of the trailer is quiet, but powerful. Beth stands with her back to the camera, her silhouette lit by the orange glow of a burning cabin. The fire crackles, but there's no music, yet only the sound of wind and flame. And then we hear Beth's voice. Sometimes to start again, you have to let it all burn. That single line sets the tone for everything this spin-off will be. This is not just about a change of address for Beth and Rip, it's about leaving behind the pain, the drama, and the war that followed them at Yellowstone. Fire in film often means destruction, but it can also mean rebirth. This opening scene feels like both. For years, Beth was the one protecting the ranch at all costs. Now she's the one walking away from it. The trailer moves slowly at first, showing flashes of the couple's move. We see them driving down a dusty road with no words spoken, just glances exchanged. It's clear this isn't a vacation, it's an escape, but even in their silence there's tension. Rip looks tired, Beth looks determined. It's as if the fire behind them is still burning inside her. Then the music starts low strings, almost like a heartbeat. The tone feels more personal, more intimate than the original Yellowstone series. We get short glimpses of what seems to be their new land, wide fields, a rundown barn, an old porch with a single rocking chair. It's not the Dutton Ranch. It's smaller, simpler, but maybe that's the point. As the trailer continues, it focuses on the landscape. The camera pans over hills and trees, wide skies and deep shadows. It feels like peace, but there's always a hint of danger underneath. And right before the first minute ends, we get another short line from Beth. We gave everything to that land. Now we see what it gives back. It's not just a pretty scene. It's a message. Beth and Rip are starting over, but they're not soft. They're not broken. They're still themselves, just in a new world. This first part of the trailer is a promise. It's not just a spin-off with old faces. It's a brand new story with new rules, and Beth is making those rules herself. With fire, silence, and a look that could stop a storm, she tells us everything without saying much. And that's what makes this first scene unforgettable. Asterisk, Beth Dutton doesn't just leave places. She storms out like a hurricane, leaving wreckage, silence, and questions behind. But in this spin-off, she doesn't say a word as they drive away from the Dutton Ranch. No goodbye, no last look. Just the sound of tires on gravel, and a future they haven't dared imagine until now. Asterisk, the trailer doesn't show a dramatic farewell. There's no goodbye scene with the Dutton family. No hug from Case, no final stare down with Jamie. Instead, it gives us something colder and more powerful. Beth and Rip are seen quietly packing their truck, one saddle, one box of photos, a single rifle, everything else left behind. This isn't a family road trip, it's an exit. And it feels final. Why did they leave? The trailer doesn't say it directly, but it doesn't have to. There's a heavy silence between Beth and Rip that speaks louder than words. It's not sadness, it's resolve. They've had enough of blood feuds, land wars, and old ghosts. Beth, always the storm at the center of the Yellowstone chaos, is choosing something else now. She's choosing quiet. Maybe even peace. There's a shot in the trailer where Rip closes the barn door for the last time. He pauses, just for a second, then locks it. That moment hits hard. The barn was more than wood and hay. It was his life, his loyalty to John Dutton, and everything he fought for. By locking it, he's locking away a part of himself. But Beth doesn't look back. She lights a cigarette, gets in the truck, and drives. It's Rip who looks one last time in the rearview mirror. As they drive down the dirt road, the ranch fades behind them. The camera lingers on their hands as on the wheel, hers resting on the window edge. For a second, she reaches over and places her hand over his. That's the moment. No words. Just touch. It's like they're saying, this is all we need now. But fans know better. Beth doesn't run unless she's already planning what comes next. And Rip? He doesn't leave the ranch unless the ranch left him first. That means something serious has changed. The trailer drops a clue in the form of a letter tucked into the glove box. It's only on screen for half a second, but the name on the envelope is clear. John. Did Beth leave him a message or a warning? The shift is massive. These two characters, once defined by loyalty to the Dutton Empire, are now carving out a life without it. The spin-off doesn't look like it's about revenge or reclaiming lost land. It looks like it's about what happens after the war ends when two warriors try to become something else, but can they? This section of the trailer makes you wonder, did they truly escape? Or are they just running from ghosts that will catch up anyway? Beth may be out of Montana's fight, but trouble doesn't care about location. And Rip, his past has a habit of showing up at the worst possible time. Their new beginning starts with silence, shadows, and a road leading away from everything they knew. But Yellowstone fans know no one ever leaves clean. Especially not Beth Dutton, *, the ranch is gone. The Empire is behind them. But peace? That's not what Beth and Rip find in their new home. Because even paradise has sharp edges. And when the dust settles on their so-called fresh start, what's left is not calm, it's a land with secrets, strangers, and a quiet warning in the wind. You don't belong here. *, the trailer shifts tone as Beth and Rip arrive at what looks like their new land. It's not grand. It's not Yellowstone. It's raw, quiet, and broken down in a way that says unfinished business. We see an old farmhouse with peeling paint, a barn with doors that don't quite close, and a fence that's barely holding together. This isn't the dream, it's the bones of one. And Beth? She steps out of the truck and lights a cigarette like she's ready to rebuild it. Or burn it all over again. This isn't about land anymore. It's about survival on their own terms. No more dynasties. No more family war. Just the two of them and the land. Rip starts working right away. There's a quick montage, him hammering boards, fixing the roof, chopping wood, but he's not smiling. This isn't peace for him. It's distraction. Every swing of the axe is another memory he's trying to bury. Beth, on the other hand, walks through the field like she owns it, but there's something off. She stops near a rusted sign that's been knocked down and half buried. For a second, the camera zooms in. The letters are faded, but you can make out part of the warning, no trespassing property of. The rest is scratched out. This isn't abandoned land. It was someone else's once. And maybe it still is. Then we meet the locals. A quick flash of a rough-looking sheriff stepping out of a patrol car. A young woman watching from a distance, holding a rifle but not aiming it. And a man in a suit too clean, too confident, leaning against a truck as if waiting for something to go wrong. These aren't friendly neighbors, these are watchers. The trailer doesn't name them, but their faces say enough. Beth and Rip are not welcome. In one chilling shot, Beth sits on the front porch at night, a bottle in one hand and a shotgun in the other. Her eyes scan the trees. Rip walks out and asks just one word. Again? She nods. Someone's been watching the house. Every night there's also a moment where Rip finds something under the floorboards of the barn. It's too fast to see. Clearly, but fans have already slowed it down. It looks like a bag inside, possibly money or weapons. Or something worse. It's never just a barn with Rip and Beth. There's always a secret buried deep. And this new place is no different. By the end of the scene, Beth carves something into the wooden door. It's just one word, ours. That's her message. To whoever is watching, whoever thinks they can scare her off. But you can't help but feel the tension rise. This isn't a safe haven, it's a test, a challenge. And Beth Dutton doesn't back down from either. This homestead was supposed to be a fresh start. But in true Yellowstone fashion, nothing comes clean. Every fence post, every shadow, every neighbor, it all feels like it's hiding something. And for Beth and Rip, the question now isn't whether they can build a new life. It's whether this land will let them keep it. *. She said she wanted peace. She said she was done. But the way Beth Dutton looks in this trailer, that's not a woman who's retired. That's a Wolf pretending to be calm until someone steps too close. And in this spin-off, it only takes one wrong move for her claws to come out sharper than ever. * The trailer gives us one clear message. Beth may have left Yellowstone, but the battlefield followed her. We see her sitting across from a group of local businessmen, wearing her signature black coat in ice-cold glare. She's not smiling. They are, but only at first. Because the moment Beth opens her mouth, the whole room changes. One man tries to interrupt her bad idea. She leans in and says, "I buried men louder than you before breakfast." That line hits like a warning shot, whatever this town is. Whatever its politics or hidden games, Beth is about to rewrite the rules. She doesn't ask to be accepted. She forces the room to adjust to her. There's a tension in every scene she's in. At the general store, at the county office, even just walking into a bar, people stop and stare. Not because they know her, but because they feel something: power, fire, fear. But this time, Beth isn't just fighting for revenge or loyalty. This is personal. There's a short clip of her in what looks like a town council meeting, papers on the table, voices raised. And Beth, silent until she slams her fist down and says, "You don't want me involved because once I finish things." That's not a threat. That's a promise. We also see her back at the homestead, standing on the porch with a letter in her hand. She reads it out loud, her voice shaking with rage, not sadness. The words are blurred, but from what fans have pieced together, it sounds like a warning from someone trying to push her off the land. A man claiming to own the property, or worse, trying to buy her out. Beth laughs. Not sweetly, not nervously, but the kind of laugh that means someone just made the worst mistake of their life. There's one shot that changes everything. Beth, in the middle of the night, digging something out of the dirt near the barn. Her hands are muddy, her hair wild, and her face focused. Rip approaches from behind and asks what she's doing. She says, "Finishing what someone else started." Whatever she found, it's old, it's dangerous. And now, it's hers. Beth's strength has always been rooted in pain, and this new land is already testing her. But unlike the old fights. She fought for family, for loyalty this one. She's doing it for herself. To prove she can rule, not just survive. To show that no matter where she goes, Beth Dutton doesn't settle. She takes over, and yet the fire inside her isn't just about control. There's another side we glimpse only briefly, a softer one. A shot of her and Rip dancing in the kitchen, music playing faintly on an old radio. She rests her head on his chest, eyes closed. For a moment she lets her guard down. But only for a moment, because the next scene, she's loading a shotgun. Again, Beth's return to power doesn't need the Dutton name. She's writing her own story, now with blood, grit, and brilliance. The trailer makes it clear she might have left the battlefield, but she never laid down her weapons.